Alright, there we go. I'm your host, Jumping Balls, as always, and I've decided to make this an evil gameplay about my playing. That's why the previous one stopped and why we didn't have a mic.
Sybil, can I talk to you?
Yes?
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
What do you want to know?
So Alas is your father?
Yes. And yes, he is the leader of the Red Scribes.
That's handy for you.
You are so predictable. Daddy's little girl can do whatever she wants, right? Don't fool yourself. I'm endlessly having to prove myself more than any other scribe. My father doesn't treat me better than the others, and I expect no less from him.
At least that explains why you look like you just stepped out of a library. I guess he encourages you?
Yes, of course. But I'm big enough to make my own choices. Knowledge fascinates me, and I suppose it would have been like that whoever my father was.
Can you tell me more about your order?
Of course. The Red Scribes are an order of sages. Our quest is to find the answers to all the great mysteries of this world.
And so you know about magic?
We study magic from an essentially theoretical viewpoint, but we're not an order of magicians. Even though some of us practice healing magic, but we have nothing to do with the destructive power magic used by the Lords of the Frozen Shadows, and we know very little about that domain, unfortunately.
I see. But that doesn't mean you can't research it, huh?
Obviously, especially now. Any knowledge which would help us turn this war around would be helpful. But according to our archives, we were already studying magic more than 5 centuries ago.
Oh, really? What do you know about the Ice Lords?
As much as it is possible to know without having met them. In some ways, they're quite fascinating, even though the term might seem inappropriate.
Where did they come from?
Most people believe that the Lords appeared recently, at the beginning of the war. But I have found certain scrolls that lead me to believe they have been around more than 300 years. They are originally from a region far to the north of Vertio. For a long time, they remained there. The beginning of their conquest is quite recent. We all think that the war started 10 years ago, but in fact, it is much longer, maybe even the last century. It took them a long time to escape from their region of origin. The dwarf kingdoms were in their way, and they put up a fight.
You had me going there for a moment. I'm sorry, but dwarves? Save it for the children.
But you're wrong. The dwarves did exist, but the Ice Lords exterminated them.
Right. And I bet they also massacred all those poor dragons and goblins.
You know that dragons and goblins don't exist. You're impossible.
Perfect. How do we kill him?
If I knew that, do you think I would keep it to myself? But I can tell you this, we do believe it's possible. We know that there are 7 lords. Black Storm, Lady Crystal, Marshal Winters, the White Lady, Lord Blackfrost, the Chiller, and the Ice Duchess.
Everybody knows that. We've had our asses kicked by them enough.
For sure. But in the past, there were more of them. Some scrolls talk of 9 or a dozen, even of 30 lords. Of course it's confusing. And I doubt they would have freely given the information of how to kill one of them. But you can bet that some of them have died. We just have to discover how.
Do they have any weaknesses that we could exploit?
Not that I know of. All of the Ice Lords are powerful sorcerers. They are far more powerful than all the other magicians. They have an unlimited army. If they have a weakness, it's not that.
But in spite of all of this, you think there is something?
I do. We often imagine the Ice Lords as a vast megalithic power. But that's not true. In fact, they desperately hunger for power. Just because they pooled their powers to create the Deadwalker army doesn't mean they like each other. Their balance of power is precarious. As soon as they are done with destroying Vertial, they'll probably start killing each other.
Sure, but that doesn't help us much if we have to wait until they're done.
Perhaps there is a way to stir up the tensions between them. Even if for the moment, I can't think how.
Let's change the subject. Do you know what happened to me in the temple?
I'm still searching for an explanation. Something must have gone wrong during the ritual.
But what was the god's damn ritual supposed to do?
The Red Scribes have always had quite limited magical skills. I believe that the ritual was meant to increase their magical powers to try and find a way of combating the Ice Lords. But instead of channeling pure energy into each of the scribes, the ritual called forth a conscience that settled in you.
Your father called it a demon. How come I got stuck with it?
A demon? That reminds me of the old texts, but I couldn't say if that's what it is. You were standing right there, so that force flowed into you. It could have been my father, or any of us, I guess.
Well, that's just great. What do I do now?
I would dearly like to help you. But even though I have searched through all the texts I have here, I can find no reference to anything like this experience of yours, at least for now. But until we have found out more, you must try to fight against this thing. Do not allow it to get comfortable. We don't know what its intentions are, or how powerful it is. It could be dangerous for you.
So then, any result from the study of all these creatures of the swamps?
I have discovered a few things about the small chrysalids. They are much faster, but it seems that they can only attack from close up, using their pinchers. I also noticed that the medium-sized chrysalids were slower than small ones, but they, however, can fire tiny projectiles.
What can you tell me about the World Heart?
Many of the people on Vertial believe that the World Heart is just a myth. There are many different beliefs from one region to another, but most of them have more in common than not.
The World Heart is where life and prosperity are born. I've already heard that crap.
If we were to imagine Vertial as a living being, the World Heart is exactly what it sounds like, the heart of the world. It's what keeps the world alive. It beats, and Vertial lives from its energy. If you wish, I can try to learn more about it. Come back and see me in a few days. This swamp is teeming with life. I can't wait to discover all the species that live here. There is so much to learn. that nature had taken over again here in the swamp, but I sense there's something else.
Or something?
No, I mean, it wasn't a big deal. I do think he has a lot of respect for me, that's all. Why is that?
Look, all us Freeborn Blades have a nickname. You know, I blow things up. Stuff like that. same here. I think. What did you people do to me anyway? Where does this power come from?
Your captain asked my father the same questions. I have no idea what happened, I swear it. But we're going to do everything we can to find out.
This guy's fucking fearless. Let's help him out before it goes bad for him.
Despite his determination, the knight was in an awkward position. He thanks the mercenary for having assisted him in his task. If he can trust the rumors that he hears around the village, he has before him one called Falcon. He has the pleasure of welcoming the mercenary to the village.
And you are?
The knight is called Ranthal, last survivor of the Order of the Ember Knights, and now protector of Valvenor, this village. The new arrival is most welcome, but the steward is waiting in the old village inn. This is Valvenor. It is not a beautiful place, but for the time being, it seems to be unknown to the Deadwalker army. This village has known better days. Before the war, it was popular among the rich hunters who came to enjoy the ample game in the swamps. Today, the only visitors are refugees, who are sadly too numerous for the scant resources of the village. A small healing house provides comfort and succor to the injured. The knight is quite fond of Mirana, the healer who runs the place. Does the mercenary see the building opposite? It was once an inn, but it is now the residence of the steward, the man now in charge of the village.
This is a very large inn, considering the size of the village. There must have been many visitors before the war.
With any luck, we might get to sleep in a real bed tonight. How come you talk that way? Always in the third person.
The way people speak is different from one place to another, and I am from another place. The knight's people are a warrior tribe from Alganar, and he is proud of them.
Where can I find the steward?
As the knight said, the steward is in the old inn, the big building in the middle of the village.
What does the steward want with me?
The captain has offered the services of the Freeborn Blades to the steward. The steward must have orders for the mercenary.
Shit. I'm gonna get stuck being this guy's errand boy. Damn. I knew I should have gone with the rest of the company. What can you tell me about this backwater town?
This village is a modest one, and its reserves are almost gone. Its only strength is its isolation in these swamps, but that is also its greatest weakness.
I already figured it was some kind of shithole.
That the refugees and the villagers must live together is difficult, and the situation is worsened by there not being enough food. The swamp offers protection against the Deadwalkers, but it also harbors many dangers. Its creatures often attack the village. When the knight and the elf are not there to defend the walls, the watch often leave them unguarded. Shameless.
I'm going.
Here we go. Another one of these hick refugees. There's nothing for you here.
Call me a hick one more time, and I'll be using your face as an anvil.
Let's all remain calm, shall we? Please forgive my error. With all this commotion and all the thankless tasks I find myself confronted with, I often find my attention to detail slips. So, what can I do for you?
Show me what you have for sale.
Gold. So vulgar to work with. So wonderful to own.
The swamp is our best defense. Happily, the wildlife are just as keen on attacking the Deadwalkers as they are the villagers. But the situation here in Valvanor grows worse daily. And each new wave of refugees increases the risk of drawing unwanted attention to this jungle.
No Ice Lord scouts who find this village will ever escape to tell the tale. Of that, I can assure you. Also, my men are reinforcing your defenses. Forgive me for saying, but you have some serious weak points. Especially the defenses around that refugee camp of yours.
The arrival of the Freeborn Blades and the Red Scribes has greatly improved our chances of survival, Captain. Believe me when I say that we are most grateful to have you with us. Needless to say, your men and the Red Scribes are welcome and free to go where they will. But as for any other newcomers, our gates are closed. You must understand that our food stores are as limited as our abilities to defend our village. Until you arrived, we had but one person who was even vaguely capable of treating our injured, and the case of Prince Orendil was completely beyond her skills. And there is this beast story, doubtless another fairy tale, the fruit of an alcohol-addled brain. Nonetheless, several of the Watch have gone missing. Something hidden in these swamps is causing these disappearances, but we cannot risk sacrificing any more of the few men remaining to us on sending patrols. Large groups entail moving chrysalids that are unmanageable. The others quite simply do not return.
Silence.
If I were to listen to everyone, I would need 10 times the number of men I have to verify the truth of every tale.
Enough. You must aid me to do this. I am not able to do that. Your endless wailings are unbearable.
In the name of... Vulcan?
But by the gods, man, what is...
This world is condemned. The cold hath invaded its ground, its souls, and its heart. Yet here you stand, weaving your limbs like fish taken from the water, miserably shuffling about to conserve the illusion of warmth and life, and not feel the passing of your last breath, while I must endure your wailings and lamentations. Pitiful.
Vulcan, stop this nonsense immediately.
It is not he who speaks. All doth fall to ruin about you, yet you still bewail your loose bowels and vomitings. You cannot vanquish your dead walkers, no more than you can vanquish their necromancer masters. They draw their power from the very heart of the world. They drink it, they suckle it dry. Your only chance to cleanse what your own hath corrupted is to go to the World Heart and liberate it from its servitude.
The World Heart is a myth, a forgotten fairy tale, no more real than dragons or dwarves.
A myth. Continue hiding behind thy puny barricades, and thou wilt soon join thy myths and fairy tales.
Cease your pretense. I know you have returned to consciousness.
What the hell happened? I was just listening to the steward blabbing away with the captain and then...
And then you lost control.
I don't know, it's like something in my head zapped me so it could use my mouth. But I was still there, still thinking what I was saying.
This is not the first time you have felt this presence manifest itself.
No. No, it's been there since the temple. It's also in my dreams. I think...
Interesting. It would seem that your body is host to some other entity. And it is clearly a spirit of fire.
No kidding. I got a demon in my head.
Something of the kind. In truth, I could not say what it is. Not yet, at least.
Don't make me laugh. After all, it's your disciples that let this thing out of its cage, right?
That has nothing to do with it. Do you have any idea of the implications of this incident?
All of which means you better not piss me off. Client or no client.
Obviously, you haven't understood. The thing that is inside you, it wishes you ill. There is not enough space inside you for two souls. That demon wants your body. It will control you more and more until it has replaced you completely.
Ha! Thou thinkest I crave the body of a mortal? I am a prisoner here. My place is in the world heart.
It will not hesitate to lie to you, to tell you that which you wish to hear, so that you will allow it to consume you.
I never asked for this cage. I never asked to be forced to hear thy every thought. It is I who have been invaded.
It speaks to you. Do not listen to it. Cast it from you. If you do not resist, it will crush your soul.
Hey, take it easy. One day at a time, okay? I'm gonna take a walk. Sybil, can I talk?
Yes?
I'd like to...
What do you want to...
Mr. Vulcan, what brings you here?
The captain wants me to help your village. You got a job I can...
With our shortages of food and fighting men, our worn-out equipment and the growing lines at the healing house, I cannot deny our village is sorely in need of help. Sadly, I fear that these are not the sort of problems you are used to dealing with, unless I'm...
Maybe I'll surprise you. So what's the problem with...
Quite simply, Mirana cannot keep up. She spends every waking minute giving out supplies to the refugees and refuses to admit that she cannot help ever. She thinks she's fooling me. I have heard rumors that her food stock is running low. Unsurprised, I believe they wish to continue handing out our food reserves as though they were unlimited.
So, you want someone to put her down?
Why, I never suggested any such thing. But I have asked nothing of you.
Your guards... How can I put this? At first, I thought they were disobeying orders. Now I think maybe they... If you're stupid and incompetent, you should be digging turnips, not taking care of...
You're beginning to worry.
Are you kidding me? The state of their weapons is enough to make you cry. Maybe they'd be good for splitting logs.
Personally, I'm not capable of judging the aptitude of our sentries, but their poor results speak for themselves. Doubtless, you should share your observations with Mason, the chief of the watch. I should warn you, however, that he is of a somewhat...
Wouldn't be the first. I need the reports about...
I fear all I know. The swamp, the refuge...
It might be...
That is so. Now that...
We'll talk again.
Greetings, mercenary. What can I do for you?
I'll be going now. I have some...
Here's...
Oops. I'll be going.
Vulcan, you must help me. The prince is dying.
Well, I'm happy to see that my talents as a doctor...
There's no doubt an explosion would cure him of all his ills forever. But I was actually thinking about...
I wouldn't exactly call myself a friend of... I have a few... Let's change this. I'll leave you. Do you have any idea?
Unfortunately, I don't.
You said just about.
It's true. There's one formula I haven't tried yet.
What is it?
A very virulent poison secreted by the crystal. I wanted to go looking for them myself, but the villagers stopped me. It seems they can be found along the road we took to get...
I'll get you some. I'll be going now.
Mercenary?
I need your help. According to the villagers...
I have heard about it, yes. And even though we aren't very good at magic, we still feel. The problem is that the source seems distorted, corrupted.
I hope for our sake you're right.
We are very certain of it. But this magic could very well have transformed one or more creatures in the swamp, making them more...
So you're telling me the thing is magic? I'll be going. Can I do something?
No, thank you.
I'll be...
My goodness, let's see. You're not pissing blood, you're not vomiting your guts out. Both legs are in place and they seem to be holding you upright. Congratulations. It looks like you'll pull through. And now you'll excuse me, but I have other miracles to accomplish, and not much time to devote to people in your condition.
Take it easy there, Doc. I'm with the Freeborn Blades, not one of your refugees.
You could be Blackstorm himself for all I care. Now get out of my way, I have to... Haven't you any...
Hang on a sec. The steward himself sent me here to give you a hand.
Wonderful. I've been after him for months to get me some help, and he sends me an armed...
For someone with so much to do, you sure do talk a lot. So let's get this figured out, because I've got some shit to do too. Either you need help and you want me to handle it, or you don't, and you deal with it yourself.
Well then, I suppose I have nothing to lose. In fact, there is some... I'm worried about my assistant. We're forced to vet... Please find him. He's a good boy. He's done nothing.
If I'm gonna be slogging through the swamps anyway, might as well take a look around and try to...
Yes, that's it. For the rest, basically, I need food, medicinal herbs, and of course, I wouldn't say no to a few. I'll give you the parchment that I made for him.
Right. Plants, potions, chow...
That would be lovely.
I'd like to see...
Vulcan and...
I'd like to...
What can I...
Let's... I found you... Here. I hope you...
They will prove very...
Where could I find...
Sad? Perhaps he will be more generous with them.
I'll take my...
Yeah, who are you? One of them fucking mercenaries, right?
Fucking mercenary, yeah. Sounds about right.
You know what I call your lot? Ore blades. I got no time for ores.
At least the whores work. If you got enough money to get trash while you're on watch, they pay you too much.
Go fuck yourself, Whoreblade. Do I have to spill it?
Would you just shut your stupid mouth for 2 seconds, please? The steward sent me here to help you.
Oh, that's all I need. Don't he think I got enough on my plate? Now he sends me some Whoreblade from God's nowhere. Hey, as long as it ain't me is paying for you, hey? You want to help? Knock yourself out. But I warn you, there's plenty to do.
Get to the point before I set your breath on fire.
All right, take it easy. No need to get nasty, eh? You want to help? Yes or no?
Keep talking.
Well, for a start, you could try and find one of my patrols that's gone missing. At first, I thought maybe one of those half-wits was sleeping it off under a tree somewhere. But it's been a while now. Maybe something bad happened to him in the swamp.
I guess I could go back and check.
What a coincidence. That's exactly what I was gonna ask you. After that, well, I suppose a pro like you, I guess you would be useful helping out the sentries. It won't be luxury. I don't know if you've seen what we're supposed to fight with, but, wow, if you can have a word with your quartermaster to see what he can do for my lads, you have my blessing.
The benediction of a drunk. Better and better.
It's what all us fucking mercenaries dream of. All right, I'll see what I can do.
Right. We may be living in the arsehole of Virgil, but being armed like a bunch of tramps we can do without. And while you're at it, when you've been to the forge, you'll probably feel like letting off steam a bit. Why don't you go and take it out on my lads?
What do you mean?
Kick their arses so they can't sit down and get drunk instead of patrolling. And show them a couple of tricks while you're at it. A bit of training. Couldn't do no harm.
Your men can't afford to keep their thumbs in their asses. It's time to teach them how to use those weapons.
Knock yourself out, Payblade. I'll go and shake them awake. Perfect. I couldn't have done better. Have you got time to go?
I'll let them recover a little.
Ho there, Powder Man.
See you later.
A good day to you, soldier.
Really? What are you gonna try to sell me?
Sell? Oh, now you're trying to make me feel bad. No.
Information.
Hey, you know what?
Do I look like a charity?
It seems that the Red Scribes have found a way to win the war. They've apparently found someone who can breathe...
You're joking, right?
No. I swear, I got that from a reliable source.
And you expected me to pay you for that? You're kidding!
Please, I swear it's true. I'm just doing what I have to survive. Don't hit me.
All right, this time. But don't you ever try to rip me off again. I wanted to ask you. Right, I'm leaving.
My respects, General, sir.
Name, rank, and mission, soldier, and make it fast.
Private Bumpkin, General, sir. Assigned to the northwest gate to prevent any intrusion, extradition, to keep them monsters from getting into the village, General, sir.
Private Bumpkin? Are you fucking with me?
No, General, sir. That is the name Boss Guard Mason gave me because it's true. I am from the country, sir.
I see. See you later, soldier. things.
Yes, I know what you're thinking, mercenary.
guys are dog meat, but their equipment still seems to be in good shape. Mason will be relieved that his men didn't make too much of a mess of their weapons and equipment.
This is horrible. We can't just leave that woman in this prison. We must find a way to free her from here.
Sybil, do not do that! I know this woman. She is not here by accident. She is a witch. If you free her, we all run the risk of falling under the power of her magic.
But Father, we can't just let this poor person die here. It would be inhuman.
Inhuman? That is exactly what she is, my child.
He's the wicked one. Aeolus, is it not? He's the one who imprisoned me, with no food or water, and barely clothed.
I what? You lying bitch! Don't listen to her.
Father?
She is trying to manipulate you. Use your brain, child.
I'm begging you, get me out of here. I can't hold on much longer.
You seem to know a lot about her. What the hell are you doing here anyway?
The steward asked me to look into a dark power that has been affecting some of the villagers. Something evil. And my search has led me here. It is no coincidence. That cursed woman is the cause.
I wouldn't expect him to admit to keeping a woman captive in the swamps for his own evil purposes.
Nonsense.
And so you just trotted out here with no escort? What, were you afraid we'd charge you extra?
I came here as quickly as possible, yes, to stop you committing a grievous error. I was hoping that you would escort us back to the village afterwards. Without a supplement, yes. Seems to me that you are quite well paid.
Who are you?
My name is Edwin. The ignorant will tell you that I'm a witch, a sorceress, or even a necromancer. The truth is much simpler and more socially acceptable. I am, in fact, a magician. But neither as powerful nor as evil-minded as they think me.
She lies to thee. She is hiding something, and it is not her body.
You would say that.
I beg your pardon?
No, nothing.
Believe me, she is powerful. She is evil, and she is a danger to us all.
I've never been in the habit of just letting people die like animals in a cage, whatever their crimes may be. This woman doesn't look like a deadwalker. That's enough for me. We'll take it back to Valvanor, and you can tell your stories to them.
Stay away, you stupid girl. No! Fools! Leave her in that cage!
Now meet your eternity.
What are you doing to him? Let him go!
Very well. You may have him. I am finished.
Father? Father! Oh no, no! This can't be happening!
You're gonna wish you had died back there in that sun, you sick bitch!
Wait, wait! If I am to die, I wish to know who stands before me.
I don't need to answer you. You're the one who better talk, or your last meal will be your own tongue.
Character. That's a change. Too bad it doesn't seem to be accompanied by a minimum of clear thinking. From what I can see, you're an imbecile, incapable of piercing the face that hides the true nature of the Red Scribes.
Well, I can pierce your face, if that's all you want, in several places.
Mock, if you like. Lamb that you are. You insist on believing that your employers are only scholars, curious and inoffensive. Can you not see more? Red Scribes, Ice Lords, they come from the same mold, and they want the same thing. Some are simply more successful in their efforts. Aeolus thought I possessed knowledge which he could use to become the equal of the Ice Lords. That's why he questioned me.
So what? We're at war, and getting our asses kicked. We can't really blame him for trying to find a way to stop the Deadwalkers.
Of course. It was for the good of all that I was captured and sequestered here in secret. It was to protect freedom that I was starved, tortured, and humiliated for weeks on end. It was goodwill and kindness that made him enslave a monster to guard my prison. Oh yes, I heard them, all of the screams. That beast did not lack for meat. No, indeed. Yes, in truth, the scribe was such a brave man that it was only for the happiness of his darling daughter that he tried to stab her.
That's ridiculous! You are the monster! You're a liar! My father wasn't like that! A liar! You murderer! You'll pay for what you did!
Sybil, wait! Witch, I suggest you behave yourself if you don't want to find yourself back rotting in that cell of yours. I'm far from finished with you. I have questions. Lots of questions. And you had better make damn sure I like the answers.
So be it. Then I will tell you exactly what you want to hear, mercenary.
The Red Scribes performed a ritual in an ancient temple. Does that mean anything to you?
So that's the reason why he disappeared. The ritual was designed to augment his power. Had it succeeded, he would have become an accomplished magician, the first step toward becoming an Ice Lord. Given the ease with which I killed him, I suspect the ritual was a failure, or at least a partial failure.
The ritual was no big deal. Just a bit of light and smoke.
Really? Yet you managed to destroy a creature that made a quick meal of every other living thing that had the misfortune of wandering by. You witnessed this ritual?
Listen, I'm no expert in magic, but I would bet my firstborn child that Alas did not achieve the result he wanted.
Well, given that he is now face down in the...
You had the upper hand. Why did you decide to kill the leader of the Red Scribes?
I desperately needed to replenish my power, so I drained his. My mood grows a bit murderous when I get too hungry, or when I spend too many days trapped in a filthy cell without so much as a toilet. Your friend was no hero. His aim was to reproduce the same ancient rituals that permitted powerful magicians to become the Ice Lords that we are fighting even now.
He wasn't my friend. He was my employer, and a very influential man. You could have spared him, giving credence to your version of events, but you chose to kill him, and thus any chance of them listening to you.
He was a deceitful and manipulative man. No one would have listened to me, so I permitted myself the pleasure of preventing him from harming anyone else.
The World Heart has had nothing but suffering from these magicians. I rejoice at this.
Let's say I understand your reasons, but it was still a reprehensible thing to do that has put us both in a seriously shitty situation. We're going to have to play this right in Valvanor. We'll try to talk with a steward, or the Red Scribes will lynch you without a second thought.
We? Am I to infer that you're going to help me, gentle mercenary?
Somebody has to deal with it. You seem to take pleasure in exposing yourself. To trouble, I mean.
It's true. I hate denying myself a little pleasure, but I'm not worried about the outcome. Aeolus's daughter, she is an innocent, and will confirm everything that happened here. All you need to...
Besides Alas, did you see any of the other Red Scribes?
I was drugged before being brought here. Aeolus is the only scribe who came to visit me during my captivity. But his second-in-command must have known. Although I don't know exactly how much Aeolus was able to manipulate his puppets. If they are all as naive as his daughter, I imagine the temptation must have been great.
Let's finish this discussion in Valvanor. Better get back before they send a battalion out to look for us. be pissed, but I gotta go face him.
Well, first go see your steward before the villagers decide to burn me at the stake.
So, you have returned. What is your...
I'll be back.
That's an ex... So,
show me what...
Is it true?
Is it true you...
What?
I thought so.
Right. Okay, then. You and me.
I found you...
So?
It was a slaughter. There was nothing usable left.
Fuck. Even... I know I said I wasn't gonna pay you, but...
I'm going.
Look at this.
I'm going.
Look at this.
About those sentry guns. Last time we looked at the...
After... Even so, they are making progress. Are you up?
Maybe later.
Look at this.
About those... I hope you're...
I'll get him fucked.
Nice job. Of course,
My pleasure.
What can I do?
Let's talk about... I'll take mine.
So,
show me what...
I'd rather stay here.
Why? You're not planning to give me the slip by any chance, are you?
I don't like the idea of getting locked up by the Red Scribes again. It might provoke me into a loss of my... And I'm sure that you don't want to have to scrape...
Well, it's true that I prefer they remain in one piece. All right, fine, you can stay here. But if you do get it in your head to...
I'm trembling, but...
Did you find this famous beast?
Found it and killed it. But don't hold your breath waiting for its fur for next winter, because I didn't bring it back for you.
Excellent news. I knew the village could count on you.
Actually, not so excellent. Alis is dead.
Dead? But no, that's not possible. Are you sure?
When it doesn't move and it doesn't breathe and it looks at you with an even stupider gaze than one of your guards, that generally means it's dead, yeah.
I demand that you show some respect. The Red Scribes are a precious help to us here. Aeolus was a useful man, a good man, and he was under your care.
Oh, please. Your good man had a few skeletons in his closet. He was controlling the swamp beast to keep people away. He had you all fooled. Aeolus was even ready to kill his own daughter to cover up his secrets.
What nonsense is this? How can you make such ridiculous accusations? Am I to understand he died at your hands?
He was killed by his own magic. I had nothing to do with it. If you ask me, the guy was not much better than the Ice Lords. And as for my accusations, I'm just telling you what I saw with my own eyes. Don't believe me. Ask his daughter. She'll confirm everything I've told you.
You can be assured that I shall. What do you know of this prisoner? If Aeolus...
She doesn't talk much, but something tells me she knows more than she's letting on about the Ice Lords.
I don't like this. You realize you may have set a wolf among the sheep.
Or maybe someone who could be useful in our fight with the Deadwalkers.
Well then, you must find out immediately. As of now, she is your responsibility. I should deliver her to the Red Scribes without any further ado, yet, after what you have told me, I no longer know what to think. She will be given a fair hearing. Until that time, she never leaves your presence. If there is the...
Okay.
However low your opinion was of Aeolus, his death is a great loss for... He was meant to be looking into a most disturbing matter.
All right, I can see where...
There is no guarantee that you have the
What is it?
That's exactly what I'd like to know. Several of the villagers have been back.
You're just hungover. You'd know...
I believe there are a few here who would know the difference. It's something else. They seem very concentrated.
Got it. I'll slap them...
My goodness. That's not exactly what I had in mind, but I must confess the results interest me more than the method.
That's gonna be my method, so let's leave it at that if you don't mind. I'm not
The Order of the Freeborn, the mercenaries' power. The Knight would like to...
It's not really the right mo...
The Knight heard talk of a trap...
Yeah, the short...
A demon.
Don't worry about it. The thing inside of me allows me to control fire. Could be pretty...
Evidently. But is there not...
A risk? Not yet. It need... You want to fight? Okay, let's do it.
Let the clash of... Knight hopes that his adversary...
Oh, you can count on it.
Has never before battled an adversary with such power, and he believes that he could be that which is needed to change the course of this war.
You fight pretty good yourself. Where did you learn your moves? Can't believe you learned to fight like that in this backwater.
The Knight has traveled far and fought many battles. He has only lived in this village for a short time.
What are you doing in the middle of these swamps when you could be making a difference on the battlefield?
The Knight has fought a great many battles, but he feels he can be more useful protecting those who have nothing left.
I have to go. I'm glad we could test each other's mettle. It was fun.
Before his adversary rushes off to fight other battles, the knight has a question. He wishes to know if the Freeborn Blades would like him to join them.
I'm not the one who decides who joins the company, but I can ask the captain for you.
He has thought long on it, and wishes it would be...
Well, that's great. I'll ask him, but I can't promise you anything.
As I understand it, some people are...
That's right. They have asked me to...
Perfect.
Hang on. Is there something you're not telling me?
How percep...
Yeah, great. Just...
All right, but keep it to yourself for the moment. It seems to me that I recognize...
What?
I'm not yet certain. We absolutely must...
All right,
Have you decided...
I'm working.
Meanwhile...
If you stay here, I'll just have to... I'm not much for... So you are free to go and take your...
now that... Stay near a fascinating magical manifestation never seen... Do I really have to pretend to choose? You had better get used to my presence,
Congratulations. First she was thy prisoner, and now it seems thou art her prisoner.
I would like to... So this demon
I can't say for sure. I've only rarely ever seen something so...
To the world?
It's a simple question of logic. The ritual performed by the scribes had to make contact with the world heart somehow. Your affinity for flames is a crucial clue.
Okay, but what's my...
For now, you are the vehicle.
Can we win this?
You already know the answer.
I never...
In fact, the last time was 12 years ago. In those days, this all took place in a kingdom in the northeast. A few days after having stopped the Deadwalker army, the kingdom was raised...
But then it is...
You haven't understood. Whatever the whether they win or lose, they always prevail.
It's a war of attrition.
If it were only military victory they sought, yes. But don't forget, they are crafty and intelligent.
Sounds promising. What do you think?
They are undoubtedly possessed by some creature, one that is hiding not far away from here. We should...
Aeolas called you a sorceress.
A sorceress? Only if Aeolas had even a minimum of intent. I do a bit of magic, it's true. Nonetheless, my abilities could never rival those of a lord of...
Thanks.
Look at this!
According to this... Do you have any...
Hey, I'm not a bloody oracle.
Okay, I'll come back. I'm going. There should be enough food. We'll see what Marana says when we get back to the healing house.
Vulcan!
I never laid a finger on him, Captain. But if...
So you had to kill him? That was...
I didn't kill him. It was this woman.
That's what they told me. That doesn't change the fact that dish rag of a scribe was our client. If he was trying to fuck us over, it's up to me to deal with that. And for a starter, where did this wee tart that's spilling out of her dress come from?
She was his prisoner in the swamp. Looks like he was trying to get in...
All right, then. Maybe she can be of use to us. I already spoke with Aeolas's assistant. Seems he... I need you to get this Edwin woman to talk. I want to know where she's from, who she is.
Understood, Captain.
If you can find Hawk, tell him to get his arse back here. I sent him a...
You think something...
Well, there aren't...
I'll find him, sir. Captain, he's one hell of a fighter. He hits you like it was...
I have the feeling that every new recruit I take on these days... Bring him here to me.
I'm leaving.
Vault.
You wanted the Freeborn?
As long...
Have you heard?
Yeah, take that one.
I'm leaving. Are you okay? I was just, you know, being polite.
Hast thou gone mad?
I'm just trying to save Faith. Hello. You... do you... The captain tells me you're
Yes. Look at them. You see that couple? And they aren't the only ones. There must be at least...
But what's wrong with...
No idea. You see how they're placed? They can check out most of the village from where they are. I'm almost certain they're scouting the place out for someone. Since...
See you later. Any but... Good day. How long? In what? You mean... Do you... Sorry to...
We now know that our strange patients are going out at night. So, let's find out where they're going.
Do you know this woman?
Of course I know her. Her name's Agatha, and she's my wife.
What happened to her?
Ask her yourself. You don't...
How long has she been?
It come over her like a dose of the shits a couple of days ago. See, she goes off with it.
Is there anything else?
Well, she ain't much between the thighs, if that's what you mean. She don't say or do nothing. Just sort of lets me get on with it.
Men. Give them a piece of meat, and they're just...
Yeah, sure, but not every man.
True. Some are more discerning. Others...
I was only trying to give her a nice moment.
That's not...
Oh, sorry. I woke up this night, and she weren't there. I must have dozed a half hour before I gone back to sleep, but she never come back. I never saw her again.
And I imagine you have not.
None. And she wouldn't say nothing to me, like usual.
I can't imagine why she would want to do...
I'll be leaving.
I think we'd better go back and talk to that drunken sot who pretends to be chief of the guard. We need to find out where that expedition is going.
Here, I got those.
This is very gentle.
What is the...
Perfect. Here.
Thanks. You got everything?
Thank you for your help.
I'll keep that in. I'll take...
Look at this!
About those... Is there something...
Oh.
About those... Your man Jervin.
Oh, him, yeah.
The fact that he...
Well, now you... Worthless.
Right. I found...
And?
Do you have any...
We have to fight.
It'd be better if we start this evening. Wait till...
Hey, you don't doze off. It's time to go.
No surprises.
That was a close one. This whole business stinks. If we can't tell the difference between one of these creatures and the villagers, we're totally fucked. It seemed like they were coming back from the southeast swamps. Maybe something down there is...
Whatever power be the origin of these possessions, it be ours.
I'll check it out.
We go east, then. I'm not happy about any of this. More and more, I'm sensing the Ice Lords behind all of this. You should...
I came across this enormous creature. Oh, I'd love to catch it. It would
You know the captain's look?
Fuck the captain. Oh, come on. He can wait. The beastie out there can't.
Okay then. Considering how
Thank you. I'd never have brought it down without your help.
the chrysalids attacking? Hey, time to wake up. Are you Haman? Man. Come on, we'll go.
Haman! Oh, but what?
He was like this when I found him in...
He must be in a state. In any case, Haman owes you.
Hey, thanks. I'll take my leave. Captain!
Are you serious?
Has a heart attack. It was able to... Got it, Captain.
Vulcan.
Hawk will finish up.
You've been working for...
I'm leaving.
none that thou knowest in this cavern, rest assured of that. The being that lives here wishes to take over this body.
Huh. You mean my body?
A pity that thou art not as combative with it. It is consuming thy mind e'en now, and yet thou dost offer no resistance. If thou dost allow it to continue, thou wilt be erased, replaced, and that is not in my best interests either.
Now that's ironic. Isn't that what you're doing to me?
An insulting comparison. This parasite is nothing. It is insignificant. I can easily protect us, if thou dost allow it. Thou shouldst give me more space, more liberty. Open thy mind instead of keeping me prisoner.
Yeah, we'll see. You're asking me to let you come in and mark out your territory. But at what price?
Thou wilt gain access to a greater part of me, to my knowledge, to my power. All that thou risketh is to gain in knowledge and power, and that can do thee no harm. We shall only be stronger, both of us.
Well, let's see. Everything is rosy and without a care.
I imagined that thou wouldst undergo a slight physical transformation. Thy body was not conceived to contain a power such as mine. It will consume thee if thou refuseth to evolve.
There we go. Admit it. You feel better.
Whatever thou risketh in trusting me is insignificant in comparison with what awaits us if thou dost stay and do nothing. If thou dost refuse to evolve, we will both soon be lost, and this world will follow.
Right, all right. Between the non-stop screaming and all your moaning, my head is going to explode anyway. So go ahead and do it.
Wise decision. Thou wilt not regret it. Now, thou must empty out all of thy thoughts. Allow me to move. Yes. At last I can move. Breathe. Think freely. Thou mayest continue. If anything tries to control thy mind, I will make certain they understand who is in command.
Damn, this place is giving me the shivers. At least there's nobody here to give a shit if I crap my pants.
If thou art incapable of controlling thy body, thou mayest as well let me do it.
Don't push me.
Beware of those creatures. They are powerful and probably the most vicious in all the Deathly Grom.
So you're the one who's been spying on the village. Now that I see you, I understand why you'd rather not show up in person. Oh yeah, I don't hear your voice in my head anymore, actually. You must have figured it out. So if you've got a message to deliver, you're gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. Forget it. I came down here to do things. Look for mushrooms and kick somebody's ass. Guess what? I ain't getting mushrooms. you're the one who's been spying on the village. Now that I see you, I understand why you'd rather not show up in person. I don't hear your voice in my head anymore, actually. You must have figured that out. So if you've got a message to deliver, you have to do it the old-fashioned way. Forget it. I came down here to do two things. Look for mushrooms and kick somebody's ass. Guess what? I ain't found any mushrooms.
Victory, mortal. The dead walkers come. Your pathetic little village has been discovered, and soon will no longer exist. Today I fall, but dozens of new brothers and sisters will rise from the dead. The Dark Lords will raise me up again, and they will reward me.
Well, your Ice Lords have never messed with a Powder Master, now have they?
If you listen to the rabble who actually live in the swamps, we should head back to the village now. If he was right, and a general is directing the attack, only your power could stop them.
I know this place. The village is not far away to the right.
Vulcan, where were you? We're holding this gate.
Do you know where the captain...
He headed for the center...
Prince is on the move again, and he's not wasting any time.
The puppet he confronts. It is not like the others.
It's more likely to be the puppet master. He looks like a
All of this power he animates with, it belongs to me.
If you're planning to take care of him like all the others, sounds good.
He's using more power than thou wilt allow me.
I can take care of myself, and here's my plan. I'm gonna come at him with every...
I know not what thy father did to him, but he seems to want to take revenge personally.
That was one tough death's head. But it won't command anyone now. Without their general, the Dead Walkers should leave us alone for a while. But they'll reorganize, so we can't stay here.
You're right, mercenary. Let's use the time to leave. It's now or never if we're going to get to Karalthas. My father and the armies of the Free Nations should be there. If we hurry, we may be able to participate in the mother of all battles and finally push back the Ice Lords.
If thou dost throw thyself into this battle, the only thing that thou wouldst find is thy death. and the only chance thou hast for saving this world will disappear with thee. Their armies will not win. He knows this, but that is not what motivates him. He is seeking his father's approval. He wants to buy the crown by delivering us to his king. He believes we are at his command. But he is mistaken. I only serve and live for the World Heart. Thy elven city is closer. I can feel it. Forget these suicidal battles. If thou join with them, thy so-called friends will end up turning against thee out of fear or envy.
Edwin seems to be fascinated by you. And I'm the only one who has...
The Alliance of Pariahs. Do not say that thou dost really believe that. Thou hast no more choice. Thou must hasten. Do combat there. And if thou art not slain, at least one of thy companions, if not all of them, will...
Vulcan? Vulcan?
Yes, it happens sometimes.
You have to make a decision.
I don't know yet.
I understand. It's been a long...
Prince Arundel is asking us to join.
For years now, the knight, the generals, the kings, and the chiefs of those... If the mercenary goes to Carolthas, this prince, he cares for nothing beyond his own safety. And if he is faced with the knight is weary of these doubts and petty thoughts. If he was in the mercenary's place, and he would like to know that he would not stand...
We'll be able to break camps.
For now, we're going to stick with the Red Scribes. In any case, this war is looking worse and worse for us. But consider, for the moment...
Thy cap...
He is the best weapon we have. Since he's been with me, we've beaten a Juggernaut and a dead...
I never know if it's you or it. So, let's go to camp. I'm not going to pretend...
What do you intend to do?
I have to talk things over. Everything that is the contract with... What's more, and I suggest...
Arundel wants me to go.
You should go with him. We would be the elf...
It's pretty...
And this does not...
All I know is, I'm a lot stronger since...
For now, all you seem to care about are these... But what will happen if it also grows stronger? I fear that soon there will be little... You must go. I believe you must...
There you are, at last.
We will go together to Carolthas, but once there our paths must part. I have to find the World Heart and Pure.
I hope that you will change your...
It is but a stage.
It's not enough.
It is a stage. To move in haste would risk incinerating this body, and that is not what we want. Why think thee that the necromancers use their ritual spears to suck the lifeblood from the world heart, why think the Ist that not one among them can control the flame? They can but use the energy of the world heart. We hold its power, the flame. Aside from the dragons, no fleshly vessel has ever been able to master it.
Yes. See what good it did them? Now that I'm revealed, the sorcerers will covet this power.
As do thy supposed allies. Thou shouldst beware of them, and their weakness. Let nothing stop thee from preserving thyself, lest we finish, as did the dragons.
Perhaps it is time I took things in hand.
Vulcan, have you seen something?
They use thee.
You coming, Vulcan? Your captain will be wondering where we are.
Huh? Yes, of course. Let's go.
There you are, sire. Right. Change of plan. Seeing how cold it is, it will come as no surprise to you to learn that the dead walk...
We must rejoin my father's army.
I think we already found them. Take a look around.
There are survivors. Apparently they're...
Prince Arundel, my lord. Can it be you?
Soldier, what happened here?
The Deadwalkers took us by surprise.
My father!
I know not, your highness.
Valen is here?
By your leave.
My prince, we had lost all hope.
Bastion is lost, Valen. We came into this war to...
The deserter. What bit...
The deserter was fighting, while you and your wondrous arm...
Silence! Rilmar saved my life, Valen.
By your will, my lord.
In truth, they are escorting the Red Scribes. But their presence is our good fortune. This man slew one of their generals. I will tell you more of this later. Now I must...
No one knows, my prince.
The river?
'Twas like a great wave that froze. Not even the sight of 10 juggernauts would have feared us. But we never dreamt. He walked calmly to within an arrow's flight of the gates, never once speaking. And then, we understood our peril too late. Near all of our soldiers stood atop the ramparts, or that was his signal to launch their assault, but we were already there.
We must find the king.
I know, my prince, but
It is clear we will not travel 200 paces if we do not... Only then will we be able to attempt...
I'm sorry, but you'll be going without the Freeborn Blades. We will only be able to go on a reconnaissance mission. I had men in Carltas. They're still alive, but if it's confirmed that they're dead, my company are leaving. The Red Scribes have been...
We are only delivered outside the city gates of Corral.
We have brought you as close as is possible. I will not send my men to their slaughter. You are in the hands of the Elven army now, Liestas, as was promised. The fact that you failed in your mission is not my problem. You can keep your god's damn gold. There's nowhere left in this cursed region to spend it anyhow.
That is regrettable, Captain. Your experience...
Some of my soldiers tell me that the Deadwalkers have...
Vulcan, we'll make camp close to the south gate. You go and question those...
Understood, Captain.
Wait! Wait!
How powerful?
One of them feels too strong, even... You should start with the weaker ones and absorb their energy before taking...
I'll let you know after I've...
Good day, even if the expression is...
Show me what you...
I have nothing to say.
Huh. If I knew how messed up everything was...
I bet. But we're lucky you followed.
Yeah, well, seeing what's left of me.
Let me see what you...
What is it, Volk?
I wanted to, the Blades who were in the city.
I hope so. Generally...
Let's check... Right. Hey, Buffalo.
Not before it.
How's the company?
If you were to spend less time hanging around, already there weren't many of us, and now it looks like our only hope of success is gone. We can't last too long in this situation.
I reckon the dead won't. Have you had time?
Yes, but they didn't say much. I don't. They were just as stupid as we were.
Do you think they'll stay?
I don't think they're in any mood.
I'm going.
The Knight knows this region. He would like to.
If you think you could... Edwin.
What can I do?
I'm going to have...
You offer me...
Edwin.
What can I do?
I would like... Aren't you cold?
Is that your polite way of saying?
After what happened in the swamps, everybody is looking at you.
Unless you're volunteering to be my chaperone, I can't see that it is your problem. Remember, it was... If my attire makes some people uncomfortable, especially...
Hey, you are free to walk around with your ass in the air, but don't come crying to me if you get into trouble because of it.
Let them come.
I always hear people talking about the...
First, forget all the children's stories about a friendly force for good, or its mythical dimension. The World Heart is very real. It is above all. It is from there that magic comes. These energies...
The demon ins...
It's a good bet it is referring... This power, imagine...
So all we have to... How well do you know Black?
Once upon a time.
Don't take me for a fool. There's...
Since nothing escapes your insightful eye...
Close? So things got...
That is none of your...
Bastard sorcerer though he is.
Taste had nothing whatsoever to do. This alliance could have helped us to...
What screwed it up?
He betrayed me for...
I hate when that happens.
When the other Ice Lords finally noticed our strengthened connection and felt threatened by... He is the one who suggested to the others that they dispossess me of my powers and leave me...
Yeah, that's it. We're going to try...
Yes, of course. You'll need to locate a unicorn.
So you're saying it's...
You catch on quickly. The might of the entire elven army was swept. Be realistic. Your allies are...
And then what? Wait for the war.
You could hide yourself and learn how to control your demon.
I see what you're doing. You're trying to isolate me from the others. Then what? You go...
Why? What use do I have for your corpse?
I'm not gonna risk my ass. Not for you. I'd rather... I would... What happened at Caroldas?
Wait until your enemies have gathered and then take them by surprise using magic. The attack on this... To cast a spell capable of freezing a river, he would have to be here in person. It's possible that he's still in the area. He could be your key to the World Heart. Find him and eliminate him, and the door to your goal will open.
Thanks.
I wish I could go out on a recon.
Mercenary.
Did you see any
Any what?
Freeborn Blade?
Difficult to say if they were mercenaries, but I saw some human.
Do you know where they...
Only thing I saw was...
How did you manage...
Bit of luck, just like with everyone. I pulled guard duty so many times in a row that I was sent on R&R. If you really want to know, I was in a steam... It was horrible. The deathly silence. Anyway, I jumped into my uniform and ran like crazy until I found my commander.
What can you tell me about him?
I hardly know him. I wasn't in his unit. As far as I know, he wasn't that high up, but he's the highest ranking officer. Anyway, I have to admit that he managed to bring us together, set up camp, and get a bit of cohesion going on us fugitives. That's not too...
How are things going?
Bah. We're short of everything, and morale's not great. But in a way, you could say everything's fine. Even if I heard that the survivors from the human army were kicking up a bit of...
I'm leaving.
Alright, all the viewers who are watching this and going to be watching it in the future, thank you for enjoying the show, but frankly we've been streaming for almost 4 hours and I really don't feel like playing anymore, especially since I've been up for 26.5 hours and worked. So if you enjoyed the stream, hit a like in the video. I do Final Fantasy 12 videos. I'm starting Bound by Flame. I'm going to be starting quite a bit of different things. You can check out my other stuff. I've got drunk vids. You know, it happens. Anyways, if you like what you see, hit a like in the video on YouTube and subscribe. I usually pop a video out once a week, sometimes multiple. And have a good day.